Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into something truly profound, a really beautiful, meditative look at human existence based on a 1911 talk given by Abdu'l-Bahá in Paris, titled Concerning Body, Soul, and Spirit. Now, we live in a world that moves so incredibly fast, right? Our attention is constantly being pulled outward. But for the next few minutes, we're going to slow things right down and turn our focus entirely inward.
So, take a deep breath for a second. Ask yourself, what are we really made of? I mean, are we just this physical body, or is there something much deeper going on inside us? Just, take a moment in the quiet to really sit with the deeper nature of your own existence.
Well, according to the source material we're looking at today, human beings can actually be understood through three distinct but totally interconnected dimensions: the body, the soul, and the spirit. To really get a handle on who we are, we can't just look at one piece of the puzzle. We've got to see how all three of these layers weave together to create the totality of who we are.
Okay, let's start right at the foundation, the physical instrument.
It's fascinating because this concept completely grounds us in the physical world. Abdu'l-Bahá points out that our body is the physical, or you could say the animal degree of who we are. From a purely physical standpoint, we're basically sharing the same reality as the animal kingdom. Our bodies are made of earthly elements. We have our senses, and just like animals, we deal with heat, cold, hunger, thirst, and of course the desperate need for a good night's sleep. It's our shared physical baseline.
But, and this is a big but, the source reminds us that this physical form is incredibly valuable. Life is described as a load we literally have to carry while we're here on Earth, and those physical needs absolutely must be met. We need to take really good care of the body because it's the essential vessel. It's the instrument through which our human life is expressed in this material world. It's our anchor.
All right, so let's move on and see what happens when we level up to the next dimension, the musician within.
So, unlike animals, the source notes that we possess a rational soul, human intelligence. This soul, that's our deeper identity. It's that awakened awareness that completely separates us from just purely animal survival. And crucially, the soul acts as the intermediary. It's the bridge connecting our physical body down below with our spirit up above. Just think about these incredible capacities of the soul for a second. We're talking consciousness, intelligence, self-awareness, love, moral understanding, the drive to search for truth. These specific capacities absolutely elevate us. They highlight our entirely unique human ability to go out and look for meaning and purpose, way beyond just surviving, eating, and sleeping.
And this brings up such a beautiful way to picture how these first two dimensions interact. If the body is like a finely crafted musical instrument grounded in the physical world, well, the soul is the musician. Think about it. An instrument sitting by itself doesn't make any music, right? It takes the musician, the soul, to actually pick up the instrument, direct our physical actions, and give our time here on Earth some actual melody, purpose, and direction.
But hey, the music doesn't stop there. Let's look up to the absolute apex of our potential, the divine breath.
Way above the body and the soul, we find the spirit. The spirit is our absolute highest capacity. When we let the spirit working through our soul enlighten our understanding, we reach the crowning point of creation. Now, a quick caveat here. Spiritual growth isn't about running away from daily physical life. Not at all. It's actually about letting this inexhaustible celestial bounty flow downward, illuminating our soul and completely transforming how we go about our normal, everyday lives.
So what does that spiritual illumination actually look like in practice? Well, it shows up as these incredible virtues: profound love, divine compassion, truthfulness, justice, and real service to others. The text tells us that when a person is strengthened by these virtues, they literally radiate the mercy of God. They stimulate the spiritual progress of everyone around them, basically becoming a lamp that lights up the path for others.
Okay, now that we've unpacked each level individually, let's look at the harmony of three dimensions to see how they intimately weave together inside every single one of us.
Imagine this kind of visual ascension. Picture a human being standing perfectly balanced between the earth and the sky. The body is firmly grounded in the earth, rooted right here in the physical world. Then, the soul awakens in the middle, through our conscious awareness and rational intelligence. And finally, the spirit reaches ever upward, stretching toward that divine sunlight, pulling in those higher celestial qualities.
Abdu'l-Bahá uses this stunning poetic analogy to explain the harmony here. He compares it to a seed, a tree, and its fruit.
Think of the tree as the necessary middleman between a seed buried in the dirt and the sweet fruit it eventually grows. In the exact same way, our soul acts as this vital bridge between the physical body and the ultimate fruit of our existence, the spirit. I mean, if a tree doesn't bear any fruit, it's kind of just taking up space, right? Our whole purpose is to bring forth that good spiritual fruit.
So here's the absolute crux of it all, the choice we make every single day. The source gives us a pretty stark contrast. If we close our hearts to the spirit and only focus our soul on the material, physical side of things, those spiritual qualities actually atrophy. They wither away. And left with just material desires, a person can actually become more savage and cruel than an animal because they're using human intelligence for purely selfish ends. But, and this is the beautiful part, if we turn toward the spiritual, strengthening our soul so it guides the material side, our humanity is glorified. We literally radiate light.
So, how does all this century-old wisdom translate for us today? Let's bring this into living a meaningful life and see how it connects directly to our modern search for emotional well-being and personal growth.
The text actually issues a bit of a warning about lives completely obsessed with the things of this world. You know? People dreaming only of earthly fame, material progress, or the most comfortable surroundings. It challenges us to ask ourselves, are our ambitions totally monopolized by eating, sleeping, and just acquiring stuff? Or are we actively making space for emotional well-being, finding life's true purpose, deep compassion, and serving humanity? Yes, life absolutely requires us to handle our physical needs, but our mental and emotional activity has got to rise to those higher levels.
Just consider this incredibly powerful challenge from the text. Let your ambition be the achievement on earth of a heavenly civilization. Wow, talk about a paradigm shift, right? Instead of just scrambling to get ahead materially, we're being invited to hold this vision of celestial perfection in our souls and to actually go out and prepare a dwelling place for divine perfection right here, right now, in our daily lives and communities.
Ultimately, what this explainer reveals is that our greatest purpose isn't just physical survival. It's not even just intellectual success. The absolute greatest journey of life is this inner awakening to the deeper reality inside of us. It's waking up and realizing that you are the musician, and you have this incredible power to draw on the divine breath to play something truly beautiful.
I want to leave you with a final, provocative thought to mull over. Nurturing our physical instrument is essential, for sure. But as you step back into the hustle and bustle of today's world, I really invite you to carry this quiet reflection with you. How can I nurture my body, develop my soul, and truly awaken my spirit?